Good morning, Steel City. As you know, we're going to be studying creation of Christ. And our hope and prayer is that we would all take these stories that are in the Bible, that we would know the Bible better, we'd be encouraged by them, but that we would also take the stories to those around us that need to hear them and help them understand the God of all the universe. See, in the beginning, it was God. That's all there was. There was God, Father, Son, and Spirit. And He's an all-powerful God. And He decided to create all things in heaven and in earth. He created angels to worship Him and to serve Him. He created the water and the land and the universes and the plants, and He created the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and the animals of the ground. And He saw all these things, and He actually spoke them into being. He's such a powerful God, a most high God, that he with words was able to speak these into being. And then a moment came where He decided to create mankind. And mankind is a special creation of God. He did not just speak man into being, but He used His hands. He formed us from the earth, and He breathed breath into us. And He made us His image bearers. We were the image of God. We were created. And that was such a special creation. It was other. It was different than the animals and the rest of all of creation. And we were made to walk with Him. We were made as objects of His love. We were made to worship Him. And He made us to know Him and to have a relationship with Him and to know that He is God. And He set boundaries of things that we should do and shouldn't do. And He created a perfect place for us to be. He created us man and woman. And He put us over all of the earth and all the animals and the trees and everything. And He said, just don't do this, right? He said, just don't eat of this tree. Everything else is yours. And He walked with us, and we knew Him. And He blessed us. Well, fast forward to thousands of years later, when God sent His Son, Jesus. And what's interesting is Jesus is the image of God. He is the true image of God. Though we may be image bearers, Jesus is the image of the invisible God. He is the firstborn, it says, of all creation. It was actually through Jesus that everything that was made in heaven and on earth. He was the agent of all of creation. He is God and the Son of God. But it was through Him. That is how much He is also powerful, how He is fully God. And He became flesh, and He walked among us, and He understands all the things that go on in our life, right? But as the image, as the true image, as the Word of God, it's important that we know Him. And what's interesting is now through Jesus, we can be restored to perfection. But it is only a perfection that is Jesus's. And it's only through reconciliation and deciding to follow and know Jesus that we have that perfection and future perfection of the new creation to come. It is only through Jesus Christ that we can return to a right relationship with God. And today I want you guys to know that it's important as image bearers of God that we walk with God. That we remember He's powerful enough to speak into being all of creation. And yet, He decided to create you and I as a special creation of His, with His hands and with His breath, to walk and know Him in a different way than everything else. I want to encourage you today to help others know that they were created to know and walk with God, to worship God. Everything we see, everything around us has these glimpses of the perfection of who God is. He is a perfect God. He's an all-powerful God. He's a God who could speak into being and breathe into our being who we are. God knows you. He created you. And He wants us to walk with Him through His Son, Jesus Christ. So today I hope that you remember that story. I hope that you go read Genesis 1 and 2. Go read through who God is. Go read through how powerful He is. Go soak into those passages. knowing that he knows you and he wants you and I to walk with him as his image bearers through the image of the perfect God. Thanks for letting me stumble through the story today. Hopefully you will stumble through it too and tell it and share it with somebody around you, whether they know God and need to be encouraged by this, or whether they don't know God and they need to hear this story for the first time. And next week we're going to dive into what happened after God set the boundaries of who we were and what we were supposed to do. We're going to jump into the fall and how sin entered the world and how we see death and disease all around us and brokenness because of that. All right. Hope you all are well and hope to see you soon.